Hi everyone, it's Karina. I'm back from some time off. I have been very busy with work. As you know, Christmas trading period is extremely busy for everyone who works in retail and hospitality. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and a new year that was spectacular and full of hope. Unfortunately, for a lot of Australians, a lot of fears were recognised over the Christmas holiday, and people are still in a lot of danger. At the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020 this year, Australia has seen some of the worst bushfire disasters in its history. This is quite a hard video for me to make because this is something that's quite personal to me. In 2015, my hometown of Esperance suddenly caught fire caused by lightning strikes. We'd never seen that magnitude of fire in our local town. And my brother and my father were both my brother and my father were part of the bushfire volunteers service for Merivale area. And flames came within 10 kilometres of my house, our house. I didn't see my brother or my dad for days. Because they were so busy fighting the fires that were threatening lives. We were lucky enough to have friends to take us in town. We decided to evacuate because it was so windy and the temperature was just soaring. On the day it happened, it was 40 degrees Celsius and the wind was about 60 kilometres per hour. In Esperance, on the south coast, there is a drastic change of direction of wind around between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was not a massive problem until that change of direction of the wind actually spread it along further, and it was the biggest fire front that my town has ever seen. We were lucky enough to have friends who would happily take us in. We stayed in town for a few days. I was scared that I would never see my dad or my brother again. I didn't know if I was going to become an only child overnight, or if my mum was going to become a widow. I didn't see my brother or my father for days at a time. I couldn't contact them because if they weren't fighting fires, they were still out of range of mobile reception. And now this year, my whole country is on fire. A phrase that I keep hearing, and I'm sure a lot of my fellow Australians do, is the phrase, drier than usual conditions. Drier than usual conditions. There is no denying that these fires are caused by climate change. Drier than usual conditions. We have had a much lower than average rainfall. As of today, over 12.3 million acres in Australia has been burned. To put that into perspective, the Amazon rainforest, 3 times the size of what the Amazon lost is what my country Australia has lost. People think that Australia is just one massive desert. They don't understand that we have hundreds, if not thousands, of protected areas with protected species species that can't be found anywhere else in the world. We have the Stirling Ranges, the Daintree Forests, the Valley of the Giants. All of these have been under threat, and if not, they're already burnt down. 24 people have been killed, and 500 million animals have perished in these fires. In some places, breathing in the smoke and the haze from all the bushfires is the equivalent to smoking 1 pack of cigarettes every day. People have been taking refuge in the water and on lakes in places like Gippsland and Bega. I'd like to take a moment to talk about our Prime Minister, our leader of the country, if you will. This man gets paid $500,000 annually. He also decides that $29 billion of tax money, our money that we have paid and sacrificed from our income, is used to subsidise the coal and gas industries. $29 billion annually is what the government spends on subsidising coal and gas industries. And they say we don't have money to, help people start over or provide people money for losing work hours because they've been volunteering, trying to save people's homes and lives. Our Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, when this all started happening in late November and early December, he was spotted on the beaches of Hawaii. His reasoning as to why he was not in the country, and let me tell you another thing as well, he didn't let the press know. He left the country in secret because, quote, he had not had a holiday since June of 2019. And this man is getting $500,000 annually. He holds the record for the number of days a Prime Minister has sat out of Parliament. He has now been given the name Smoko because of all this dangerous smoke haze. Canberra was recently told that they have the worst air quality in the world. Not Australia, the world. Worse than Beijing, worse than New Delhi. The whole world, and it's Australia's capital with the worst air quality. Scott Morrison, our Prime Minister, he brought in a lump of coal into the Parliament and said, "Now this is coal, don't be afraid." I just have one question for the Prime Minister of our country. What are you telling all the people who are afraid now? I'm tired of being polite about this. We are going blue in the face from screaming at people who are refusing to listen. Politicians who are only in it for themselves and their wealth and to help their rich friends, not for the people. I am so frustrated with seeing my country burn. Worse and worse every year. I'm so tired of seeing the number rise in the amount of death tolls that we've had. People are barely surviving. If you are able to give to this cause, please do. So many people have lost their homes. People have lost loved ones. Their fathers, their brothers, their uncles. People have lost beloved homes and pets. Farmers have lost their stock. And people can barely breathe. My country is dying. But my faith in Scott Morrison was dead a long time ago.